Kosovo je srce Srbije bilo, jeste i ostaje. Branimo ono što naše je Kosovo. Kosovo je srce Srbije bilo, jeste i ostaje. Branimo ono što naše je Kosovo. Sin. Kosovo je srce Srbije bilo, jeste i ostaje. Branimo ono što naše je Kosovo. Kosovo je srce Srbije bilo, jeste i ostaje. Branimo ono što naše je Kosovo. Sin.
February 17th, 2008, Kosovo, a former province of Serbia, declared its independence by its majority ethnic Albanian population without the approval of United Nations Security Council. Albanians all around the world celebrated in victory, but the Serbs, on the other hand, became quickly outraged. Nationalist Serbs began rioting through the streets of Belgrade, destroying a United States embassy and anything American that they could find, due to the fact that America had been allies with the Kosovo Albanians during the war in 1999. Riots and protests broke out at the border of Serbia and Kosovo, and NATO peacekeepers were ordered to stabilize the situation. The United Nations Security Council Resolution 1244, a bill that was introduced in 1999 to end the war in Kosovo, states that it guarantees the commitment of all member states to the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. If Resolution 1244 was supposed to guarantee Serbia's sovereignty and territorial integrity, then how was Kosovo's independence even legal under international law? Serbia called it a flagrant violation of international law, backed by Russia, who said Kosovo's independence is a blatant breach of international law. The US ambassador responded by saying that the Declaration of Independence is fully consistent with 1244, and the fact that so many countries have recognized Kosovo on the first day had made it an irreversible fact. Stephen Zunes, a professor of politics and international studies at the University of San Francisco, described the situation like this. This is a very dangerous precedent, because if ignoring the UN Security Council resolution makes an irreversible fact, then what is the point of UN Security Council resolutions? There are currently 70 United Nations countries that have agreed to recognize Kosovo as an independent state, including the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada. In 2008, Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister, Maxime Bernier, stated that Kosovo's new nation status was a unique case, which would have no bearing on the aspirations of Quebec nationalists to split from the rest of Canada. This statement had been echoed by supporting nations. What they think makes it a unique case can be found in the history of Kosovo.
Ceo život sam u treningu, da srušio bi prepreku, da gušio bi nevolju, na duši moju veliku.
Pa sam se cimao u najgorem vremenu, hodao po trnju, ne po crvenom tepihu.
I kad nije bio blistav život, imalo je smisla, krivo nije bilo nikad zbog odricanja 300.
I kao pit grizom, suočen sa krizom, zbog da 80 na 150 dizom.
Nisam osjetio poraz, neki kažu da je goran, neki kažu da je borba samo predigra za propast. Kad je teško kažu dosta,
u stvari to je klopka, ali imam serum protiv toga. Formula je volja, sunce koje prži, ko da kaže da izdrži vetar, muzika za uši, ritam kiša koja pljušti. Po beogradskom asfaltu gde legende nastaju,
gde cvetaju kod tikve dok u najbolje ne stasaju.
Kroz pukotine nikle u svakom gradskom.
This is a Fox News alert with new video, and stunning video at that. It comes to us from Belgrade, Serbia. Right now, the Associated Press is reporting that there are protesters in the streets. They're reporting that the U.S. Embassy there is on fire. But we do know that the embassy, which is closed, is being protected right now. You can see there possibly that is being used for crowd control right now. But the protesters are in the streets, and according to the Associated Press, doors were ripped off of the embassy. It was set on fire, black smoke billowing out of that building. I have James Rosen with me at the State Department to talk a little bit about this. What's behind it all, James?
Well, the United States, Jamie, was very quick to recognize Kosovo's independence after it was basically declared just on its own without any world body conferring independence on the Kosovars. And obviously what you're seeing is an angry reaction to the United States being so quick to recognize Kosovo's independence. The ethnic Serbs do not want to see Kosovo have independence. The Russians did not want to see Kosovo gain its independence. And so this is, to some extent, a predictable reaction, but of course an excessive one insofar as it's turning to violence.
Well, given the fact that it is somewhat predictable, what are they predicting next, James? Can they get this situation under control?
Well, that'll be a matter for the local authorities there. You should know that whenever embassies come under attack, U.S. embassies around the world, there are standard procedures to ensure first that the most vulnerable, the wives and children of embassy personnel, are spirited away, and that also that embassy personnel themselves either are, if necessary, evacuated from the country, or failing that, are at least secured on the premises of the embassy or given safe transport. This is the diplomatic security, which is a branch of the State Department that looks after these kind of situations, and this wouldn't be the first they've faced.
If we can go back to that video that we were showing here in Control Room 4, we were showing what I can now confirm is being reported was tear gas in the streets and also armored jeeps coming down the streets trying to clear the crowds. Any particular group? I'm reading masked attackers climbing over a first-floor railing of the building, trying to throw furniture from an office before this blaze broke out. You can see here the lineup of security, the officers trying to get everything under control. Who is necessarily behind this, and how successful do you think they can be if we've already declared our support?
Well, it's probably going to be an exercise in futility. It's not going to change the United States policy. If the goal of these protesters is to cause a bit of havoc, they will succeed. If the goal is to change U.S. policy, they will not. I would caution our viewers that this is probably not related to international terrorism per se, although the presence at any scene of masked attackers always leads us to think of it. This is probably locally instigated, no relation whatsoever to Al-Qaeda or any kind of international terrorist threat, most likely.
Okay, and at this time, this new video suggesting that the crowds are absolutely huge, but so is the police force on it. Thank you, James, very much. Meanwhile, a Dutch tourist in France